His former right-hand man threw a drink in his face after personal information he begged to be deleted destroyed his family, and another guest disrespected his wife so graphically on camera that both men stood up ready to fight. This is Adam22, the most controversial podcaster in hip-hop, and these are 15 times rappers attacked him. For years, House Phone was Adam22's right-hand man at No Jumper. But in early 2023, a podcast episode dropped containing extremely personal information House Phone begged Adam to remove. His family saw it. His mental health spiraled. When he finally confronted Adam face to face, nobody was ready.
But bro, I called you, and your tone from the moment that I called you, nigga was typing away on the computer. It sounded like you didn't give a fuck about what I was talking about.
To be honest,
the tension in the room was building. Adam claimed he told editors to delete it, but House Phone's face said everything. He wasn't buying a single word.
You sold me down the river for 40,000 views,
but
50,000
really
views, bro.
You really think that?
Bro,
Like
you
actually
permanently altered my life. Do you understand
saw
that?
those text messages, and you really
permanently
believe that I
altered-
did that to you on purpose?
Years of frustration poured out, from disrespecting his mother's memory to jokes about domestic violence. And then, House Phone dropped something that shook the entire room.
I agree.
She had to call me because my other family members was worried that I was gonna fucking commit suicide, Adam. You're a fucking piece of shit, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Adam tried the sympathy angle, bringing up the funeral payment. You could see House Phone's whole demeanor shift. That was the wrong move.
Come on.
Not here, bro.
All right, let me go.
Not here.
Years of loyalty destroyed over clickbait. The brotherhood was over. Throwing drinks on your boss is wild. But some rappers think they can disrespect a man's wife on his own platform and walk away unscathed. When famous Richard pulled up to No Jumper in July 2023, nobody expected this. What started as casual conversation escalated when Richard started making graphic comments about Adam's wife, Lena the Plug. The whole interview became a tightrope between violence and comedy, with the co-host laughing through every escalation.
Wife, though, I'm cooling right now, fo. Like, I could be on there with your wife, fo. My homie, you trending everywhere, fo. You let your, how you, like...
You said you could be on it with my wife?
I could be on there with her, like, real live.
The room went silent. But famous Richard wasn't done. He kept pushing, kept talking, like he had no idea whose studio he was sitting in.
You got no dick game.
Bro, I got an AP, so my homie's an A.
Let's see it. Put it on the table.
Pause,
Put it on the table.
Ain't no
I'll
homo.
grab the Windex after. We can clean it up.
Then the whole energy shifted. Richard went somewhere nobody expected. Conspiracy theories about Adam's entire operation and why his wife could sleep with other people.
Before we not even...
Not for the bag?
And I don't even know what type of shit you really on, because this shit deeper than that. Is you on some ritual sacrifice shit? I don't know what type of shit you on.
You think that's an Illuminati ritual?
Yeah, what type of shit
So you
on?
think
Is
he just
tryna-
sacrificed his wife, cat?
The co-host was cracking up, but Adam's face told a different story. He locked eyes with Richard, not saying a word. The stare was intense.
You be tweaking, gang. What you?
Help him out.
Why is you looking at me like that? So why is you on video? Why is you looking at me like that? On King Davis, shorty? Where's you from? On my homies, but where you from?
Let's just finish that.
Richard called out the stare. Adam wasn't backing down. The tension was thick enough to cut, but the co-host kept laughing like this was all a joke. Then both of them stood up. They got into fighting positions, squaring up face to face. The whole room couldn't tell if fists were about to fly or if they were playing.
I'm scared.
The co-host was still laughing. Adam and Richard were inches apart. It could have gone either way. Then Richard sat back down and kept talking crazy. Something about Adam backdooring the dude his wife slept with. Everyone laughed. And then, out of nowhere, Richard stood up again.
Backdoor his ass, you know?
Whoa! Pause.
That's what BD means?
The whole interview walked that line. 1 second away from a fight, The next second, everyone's laughing. Nobody knew where the jokes ended and the real threats began. That's what made it so dangerous. Getting disrespected about your wife is one thing, but when a Chicago rapper accuses you of breaking street code and disrespecting the dead, things get much more dangerous. Chicago rapper Ruga had beef brewing with Adam22 long before October 2024. Adam posted clips without permission, joked about Ruga's deceased friends, and flirted with Duck's mama online. Ruga asked to see their previous interview before it dropped. Adam agreed. Then he dropped it anyway without sending it. When Ruga finally got his chance to address it face to face, he came with all the smoke.
Damn near the first thing you started the interview off with was, you said you didn't want to talk about the billionaire shit. And I literally just told you this. So it's like, why speak about it on camera?
Adam broke his word before the cameras even stopped rolling. But that wasn't even the worst part. Ruga had been DMing him, asking for the footage. Radio silence.
But this particular time when I'm DMing you, telling you, like, send me the video, the clip, you're not hitting me back. Now you drop it. And you knew I talked to you and you agreed upon this. As a man, when you tell somebody I'm gonna do this, you gotta stand on it.
The tension was rising. You could feel it in the room. Then Ruga brought up something that clearly still haunted him. The shooting at his best friend's funeral. The one Adam turned into content.
Do you know that was at my best friend's funeral?
Yeah.
Do you know that my best friend mama couldn't even bury her son the right way? Like, the funeral was completely over after that?
Adam tried to justify it, said Wooski started it first. But Ruga wasn't hearing excuses. He wanted to know if Adam was really built for the energy he puts out on the internet.
With 4 pairs of boxing gloves, set the business on the table right now, like, come fight me right now, let's go fight. Would you?
No, that shit's goofy
Exactly.
That answer told Ruga everything he needed to know. The back and forth got more intense. Ruga told Adam he'd get hurt if he kept playing online. Adam called it a threat, and the whole room quickly became a powder keg.
Bring it back in.
Take you serious.
Let's bring it back in a little bit.
Let me talk to you.
For sure.
You're gonna have to be polite if you want to stay on this podcast.
Listen,
Cause we
I don't
talk
give a fuck about this podcast.
hold on.
Then why'd you beg to come on here?
To be honest, I really wanted to come here and beat your ass.
Yeah, but you're not.
You want to go box? Let's go get our face.
Man.
Adam called for security. Ruga didn't flinch. He was ready to walk out on his own terms, but not before letting everyone know exactly what he thought.
Here.
I'm gonna ask you to leave.
That's cool, I'll leave. But I'm telling you, you a bitch.
I don't care.
And your ass.
Handsome guy. Handsome guy.
Nigga. Come on.
Sure.
I'm gonna get up out of here. Don't touch me though. But
No,
listen,
yeah, you're gonna have
your
to
ass
go.
Security escorted Ruga out. The whole internet watched a man tell Adam exactly what he thought of him and dare him to delete the evidence. Street beefs getting physical is one thing, but when a self-proclaimed gravedigger starts making death threats on camera, that's a whole different level. When Gravedigger Quez showed up to No Jumper in May 2025, Adam started by asking if he had any new music or new bodies planned for the year. Quez said a lot of people were about to die, but not in the way you'd think. He was talking about killing people's old selves, rearranging them, teaching them how to build new bodies. That's when Quez looked at Adam and told him he needed to take his own advice.
Bro, you look at your eye, bro. You look dead by the eye. Like they
You're
sunk
bragging
in.
about eating once a day. You're probably eating Bojangles or something.
No, I'm not eating
What are you
none of that.
eating? What do you eat?
I'm eating protein. I'm eating
okay.
I'm eating.
Quez claimed the government was slowly killing people through food. Population control. Said that's why people are dying at 60 instead of living past 100. Adam told him America actually has an underpopulation problem. Told him to Google it. Quez refused. Said Google was designed to dumb people down.
I think you should Google, is America overpopulated?
Oh my God, I ain't got to Google shit.
You don't think you could learn something
I don't
from
want to
Googling?
know. I don't. That's why you so stupid. You keep trying to learn. You can't learn. You absorb.
Well, you think America is overpopulated when, in fact...
Adam had heard enough. He looked Quez dead in the eyes and told him exactly where he thought this was all heading. 10 years from now, one of them would still be winning. The other wouldn't.
What's your premise?
10 years from now, I'm still going to be rich, and you're still going to be clout chasing off a body.
No
just
fact.
said facts. That's a Fendi fact.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's a Figueroa
I ain't gonna
fact.
lie.
That's a Snapple.
Quez laughed it off. said he'd be a motivational speaker in movies, bigger than any podcast. But Adam kept pressing. Then he said something that made everyone in the room uncomfortable.
Yeah, you gonna be 51 years old, probably with AIDS or some syphilis, because you done been
You think anybody's gonna give a shit about you in 10 years? You're very confused.
No, hell no, because I'm gonna be a different person, guy.
The energy shifted. Quez wasn't laughing anymore. He came back with something personal, something about Adam's wife that he knew would hit different. That's when the whole interview went left. Quez's voice changed. The threats became real.
You feel me? I know you stay now.
Good luck with that.
Good luck. I kill you now.
That's the irony. Only one of us has a gun on him right now.
Like, you crazy as hell.
Let's see your pipe.
You ain't gotta see my pipe. My pipe everywhere.
Yeah.
Which one you want to see?
The room exploded. Both of them going back and forth, voices raised, neither one backing down. This was the moment everyone thought it was about to get physical.
Your music don't even hit 600. It don't even hit 6 figures. You can't even hit 6 figures, and you got a body.
It don't matter.
You gotta go
it don't
kill
matter.
10 more people.
I'm not chasing that. I'm not chasing going nowhere. And I'm taking this.
Quez snatched equipment off the table. The whole situation almost went completely left. Security stepped in, but not before both men made it clear. This wasn't entertainment anymore. Death threats during interviews are wild, but nothing compares to when a platinum artist physically slaps you at a music festival over a rap battle opinion. In 2018, Machine Gun Kelly went bar for bar with Eminem in one of the most talked about rap beefs in years. MGK dropped Rap Devil. Eminem responded with Kill Shot, and the hip-hop world debated who won for months. Adam22 made his opinion crystal clear. He said, Eminem won. MGK didn't forget. Fast forward to Rolling Loud Los Angeles in December 2019. Adam was backstage doing interviews, microphone in hand, when MGK spotted him from across the way.
MGK, what's up?
Oh my God!
The mic went flying. Adam stood there stunned. Everyone around them couldn't believe what just happened.
Come on, MGK, say something.
Adam tried to process what just went down. The cameras were rolling, the crowd was watching, and Adam was left trying to figure out if that was real.
That was unique. That was wild.
MGK sent a clear message that day. Opinions have consequences, especially when they're about rap battles and bruised egos. Adam learned the hard way that some artists take these things personally. Getting slapped over opinions is crazy, but when a Chicago rapper accuses you of name-dropping him in every episode to create dangerous situations, the threats get very real. King Yella had been watching No Jumper for months, seeing his name pop up in interview after interview. Florida rappers mentioning him, LA Crips bringing him up, random guests throwing his name around for clout. By the time he pulled up to the studio in 2024, he was fed up with being content.
I'm really worried about you steady playing with my name.
But I think
listen,
you're trying to put it on me playing with your name when in reality, you are a topic of conversation, and a lot of people bring you up. It's not like I'm the one always bringing you up.
Adam tried to defend himself. The back and forth was getting tense, but Yella's patience was running out fast.
Do you really think I'm a bitch or something? You saying that like you sensing something on skeezy, like I've really been getting my life together trying to change, but it's like you're just playing with me.
The tension escalated. Yella started breaking down exactly why this wasn't just about content. It was about real-life consequences.
From Florida, you mixing my name in with LA Crips that's playing with my, listen, you got playing with my name talking about fate on skis. I'm not fighting nobody.
Because
I'm
the
from Chicago.
storylines about King Yella are so universal.
You ain't met a
Adam mentioned his armed security. You could see Yella's whole demeanor shift. That comment hit different.
You better be prepared. I'm prepared to die right now. It's you on skeezy. It's you.
Yeah,
no,
I'm probably even more prepared than you.
No, you're not.
I think I am.
No, you're not.
Yella made his point clear. Stop using his name for content, or face the consequences that come with mixing real street politics into entertainment. Threats from outside the building are scary, but when your own employee questions your entire validity in hip-hop on your own show, That's a different kind of disrespect. Almighty Suspect worked at No Jumper, but tensions between him and Adam had been building. It all started with a super chat from a viewer who said Adam couldn't win an argument with Suspect about hip-hop.
Came in hip-hop in 32. I was born into hip-hop.
What are you talking about? I've been listening to rap since I was a tiny child.
Bro.
No, but this argument is you taking an L because you're arguing that I can't have an argument.
I'm not saying you can't have an argument.
No, but you're
Stop
arguing
saying
that my opinion.
I didn't say you can't
but
have
why
an
is my
argument.
opinion less?
No.
Suspect's point was simple. There's a difference between being a fan of hip-hop and actually being born into the culture. Adam was a spectator from New Hampshire who started interviewing rappers in his 30s.
Okay, but
being a fan and being in it are completely separate things, Adam.
How are you in it?
Don't you understand?
Just because you were going to live shows?
No, not
because you're going to battles.
I'm judging battles.
I'm saying
I'm judging
Suspect
battles at 12.
Suspect. If you're gonna have,
my father is an underground.
Why do I keep talking? And
But Adam wasn't trying to hear it. Instead, he flipped the script, accused Suspect of making it about race. Suspect never said the word white. He said 32. Adam kept putting words in his mouth.
How do you know?
You're telling me I can't have an opinion on rap because I'm white.
I didn't say you can't have an opinion. Where did white come into this? I said 32. I never said white.
Every time Suspect made a point, Adam twisted it, called him a liar, said he was throwing rocks and hiding his hand. The gaslighting was relentless. Suspect started shutting down, giving Adam the "you got it, bro" treatment.
Who has created the most successful podcast on the West Coast in the history of the internet?
You don't rap.
I knew Kev was about to
That's
do that.
different.
Adam pulled rank, started flexing his accolades, his success, his numbers. Told Suspect he's been in hip-hop for decades and has nothing to show for it. Suspect pointed out that Adam started the personal attacks, but Adam kept playing victim.
You're playing the victim.
That's not a victim. I'm saying you're trying to diminish what I was involved in by calling it poetry lounges. That's like for the equivalent.
How are you not diminishing what I'm involved in?
You had
See, look, he's playing the victim.
The back and forth went on for nearly 30 minutes. Suspect kept his composure as long as he could, but Adam wouldn't stop, kept twisting his words, kept making himself the victim. Finally, Suspect had enough.
We listen.
If you want to argue, look at me.
We listen.
Don't be looking at the guy sitting next to me.
Where you going, Kev?
Damn, I thought we were just making content. Look how in his feelings he is, bro.
Don't do that.
Damn.
Kev, where you going?
No, he out.
I thought you was out.
He out.
Suspect got up and walked off. Adam sat there acting confused, like he didn't just spend half an hour gaslighting his own employee on camera. Suspect was later fired after unrelated incidents, but this confrontation showed the cracks had been forming long before that. Getting checked by your employees is embarrassing, but when a Chicago drill commentator almost crashes out over being called a disrespectful name, that's when it gets dangerous. FYB J Mane had been one of the most consistent Chicago voices on No Jumper, telling real stories from the streets and claiming he's the only one actually pushing peace in the city. But when he pulled up in November 2025, he had something to get off his chest about how Adam treats him compared to other guests.
And I just told Adam, hell no, I ain't coming to Cali because he paying 6'9", 100,000, but trying to get J Mane crumbs, and breadcrumbs, and breadcrumbs, breadcrumbs, gang, breadcrumbs. When I done did a lot for No Jumper.
Adam cracked a joke, something about birds and breadcrumbs. You could see J Mane's whole expression change.
Break this down. What the do birds?
Or like ducks. You ever been to a pond? You throw some breadcrumbs.
Yeah, you ain't just see on my Instagram? You ain't just see on my Instagram I was feeding the birds and the ducks shit with the bread?
I didn't know about that.
It hit different when you compare J Mane to a bird and a duck. Break shit. Like, what the?
The energy in the room shifted. Adam brought up something he almost said on another podcast, something that clearly crossed a line.
How do you get from Jay Osama trashing you on this podcast?
If I call him a right? Because
that's a good point. I actually like that idea. We're gonna end up in a Ruga situation.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying,
are you gonna up my pace, sir?
No, that's a totally different.
J Mane's whole demeanor changed. He referenced Ruga's confrontation and made it clear he understood exactly why it happened.
Don't call me no more on this platform, guys.
I didn't call you.
That was kind of disrespectful. Like I don't even play like that. And put it like this. That's why I see why Ruga jumped up in the beach and all that. Like, gang, you be going too far, Adam.
J Mane explained how he has always had Adam's back, even when his own people question his judgment for working with him.
And then when I get back to Chicago, I'm like, nah, Adam cool. He just be whooping a wop. He know how to whoop. And I be trying to stick up for you behind.
I think everybody watching at home knows that I didn't call you.
But I be trying to stick up for you. Let's pay attention to the point, gang. I be trying to stick up for you behind camera, and it's hard.
J Mane kept it together, but barely. Adam learned that day that even his defenders have limits. Almost crashing out in person is one thing, but when a legendary rapper threatens to shoot up your entire studio on Instagram Live, that's a whole different kind of energy. In July 2023, Soulja Boy had finally had enough. After No Jumper guests kept bringing up his name and saying he disrespected a deceased friend, Big Draco went nuclear on Instagram Live. What followed was one of the most unhinged celebrity rants in internet history.
All y'all niggas that No Jumper, y'all niggas some niggas playing on me before I come blow that shit up. That's what I'm saying. Stop saying my name on your out your for fool and come shoot that stove.
He was just getting started. The rant kept building. Soulja addressed everyone at No Jumper directly.
Adam22 niggas are smacking out your white ass nigga. Everybody at No Jumper, y'all niggas some hoes to come blow that whole shit up. That's what I'm saying. You talking about you gonna smack me, what? Who gonna glue your motherfucking hands back on your arms after you do that?
The whole internet was watching. Soulja wasn't slowing down. He brought up Adam's wife.
Adam22, wife suck. That's no dumb nigga, you was a. You seen me plenty of times. You ain't do shit. You talking about, but give me some clothes.
The threats kept coming, each one more intense than the last.
You talking, nigga? Ain't nobody slapping me, nigga, on my mama. On my fucking mama, ain't nobody slapping me, nigga. You gonna get shot in your motherfucking face.
And then Soulja made it clear this wasn't just talk. He was ready to pull up.
Adam22, you can text me the address to No Jump if you want to. I can slide right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? But all that bringing on my Instagram, I mean, all that you got going, bro, stop playing with me, bro.
The rant went nearly 20 minutes. It remains one of the most intense celebrity meltdowns ever captured. Instagram threats are terrifying, but at least you can see them coming. When a rapper has his associates physically assault you in a nail salon, there's no warning at all. During the peak of the F Russ era, Adam22 was one of the main voices roasting the independent rapper on Twitter. Russ had already gotten heat for his controversial t-shirt dissing Atlanta producers and his anti-drug stance that rubbed people the wrong way. Adam was tweeting jokes constantly, treating Russ like a punchline. What Adam didn't know was that Russ was keeping score.
I was gonna say the Russ era, obviously all that kind of, was that the only time you actually had an artist physically do harm to you? Or is there anything we never heard about?
Well, Russ didn't do any harm.
It was his guy, right?
Yeah, I was just like at the nail salon around the corner from my store at the time.
Adam thought he was being slick that day. He tried to stay low, but he had no idea what was coming.
At one point I go around the corner to the nail salon and I'm getting my nails done and I thought, oh, I'm gonna put my hood up and I'm gonna face away from the door so that nobody can tell it's me. Not a great idea. Didn't see these guys coming, and then I just hear at one point, Adam22, pow, get punched in the side of the head and I like fall down.
The craziest part, Adam had no idea who sent them. It took an entire year for the truth to come out.
Right.
I didn't realize it was connected to Russ until like a year later when Academics was on live stream with him and Russ said something like, yeah, that fool Adam22 got touched too.
Adam and the host reflected on the whole situation with surprising self-awareness.
Campaign of beating up rappers that talk
it worked, right?
Because nobody says it no more. And I feel like people now are like, yo, maybe Russ was onto something when it came to being independent.
Russ ran a whole campaign of beating up people who talked. And it worked. Nobody says, fuck Russ anymore. People started respecting his independent grind. Adam had to sit with that reality.
Basically like really roasting this motherfucker, and I don't do that now. Like I'm not gonna just use like a rapper as a punchline, like in the way that I was doing there, where I was really like treating him like he wasn't a human being.
Russ taught Adam a lesson that day. Some people won't just tweet back. Getting jumped is brutal. But when a controversial artist confronts you about ignoring them during their come up, sometimes the truth hurts more than fists. When 6ix9ine and Adam22 finally sat down in 2025 for their first real conversation since 2017, there was unfinished business. Before the rainbow hair, before Gummo, before the federal case, 6ix9ine was just an underground artist from Brooklyn, trying to get one shot at the biggest platform in the game. He wasn't a rapper yet. He was a videographer shooting music videos in motel rooms for $750. And Adam22 was the gatekeeper to everything he wanted.
Me coming to LA was the sole purpose for the No Jumper interview, because you were the hottest thing in interviewing all the underground rappers, which is XXX.
6ix9ine knew exactly who he was and who his audience would be. The underground rage scene, the anime kids, the hentai wave. No Jumper was breaking all those artists. XXXTentacion, Lil Peep, Side Boys. One interview could change everything. So 6ix9ine did what desperate artists do. He bet everything on himself.
And with those $750, we booked flights to LA from Philadelphia on Spirit, hoping, because we were in communication about doing an interview. I was speaking to you through text, but you were like, one respond to me, I'm like, yo, let me just take my shot and go. There's an opportunity to get a No Jumper interview.
His homie Slosher, a kid who got monthly checks because his dad was a veteran, gave 6ix9ine money to survive. But Adam left him on red.
So when you dubbed our interview, when you didn't answer.
I have no.
No, yeah.
I have no memory of this.
I'm giving Slosher his flowers.
I'm open
real
to the
quick.
possibility that that's true, but I do not remember that at all.
Oh, okay.
Adam sat there with no memory of it. Didn't remember the texts. Didn't remember ignoring a kid who flew across the country on his last dollar just to meet him. 6ix9ine remembered every detail. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. The kid Adam ignored became one of the biggest artists in the world.
You're the reason, and I was telling this to my people before the interview, I said, you're the reason, a pretty big reason of destiny.
That you got signed.
That I got signed.
Right, okay.
So, you know, early on this interview, I wanna address that if you didn't.
6ix9ine told Adam straight up, "You're part of the reason I made it. Not because you helped him, because you denied him." That rejection lit a fire. Adam tried to deflect, said he was giving himself too much credit. But 6ix9ine wasn't letting him off the hook that easy. He came to Miami to look Adam in the face and tell him the truth about who he was back then. Confronting someone about the past is emotional, but when a rising star calls you out for only covering negative stories about them, that's a different kind of betrayal. NLE Choppa had been building his brand around positivity, holistic health, and spiritual growth. But he noticed a pattern. Every time No Jumper covered him, it was about something that made him look crazy. The herbal remedies, the wacky beliefs, the controversial statements. Never the music, never the growth. So he took to Twitter and called them out directly.
Basically said that No Jumper only reports on him when it is going to make him look stupid or people are going to think he's a fool or whatever. And shout out to Gina Views, at Gina Views. She came through and she said, "Oh, word."
Adam tried to defend the coverage, but then he said something that proved exactly what Choppa was talking about.
I mean, he's into a lot of wacky shit that I don't really care for, so it's like I'm not going to talk about it every week. But if he says he has a pill,
I wouldn't call it wacky though.
His own co-hosts started pushing back. Asked Adam if he really doesn't believe herbs from the earth can heal people. Adam doubled down.
No carbs.
So you don't believe that herbs from the earth can help you and cure you?
I don't believe that NLE Choppa has a pill that is effective like a BBL.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Someone brought up Dr. Sebi, the famous herbalist who claimed he could cure AIDS with natural remedies and proved it in court. Adam wasn't trying to hear it.
So you don't think Dr. Sebi cure AIDS with herbs?
I think everything can be cured.
I think that question kind of speaks for itself.
Come on, dog. He proved it in court.
Oh, word? All right.
He proved everything.
Okay.
He definitely proved it in court.
Yeah.
NLE Choppa never got a direct response, but the conversation proved his point. Even when defending themselves, No Jumper couldn't resist making his beliefs sound ridiculous. Getting mocked for your beliefs is frustrating, but when a legendary podcaster accuses you of capitalizing off a man's death, that's a serious allegation. When Joe Budden invited Adam22 onto his podcast in 2022, He had something on his mind. The way Adam handled Kevin Samuels' death. Within hours of Samuels' passing, No Jumper had uploaded multiple clips from their old interview, racking up hundreds of thousands of views, which annoyed Budden.
I don't like what you did after he died.
What?
It's disgusting.
What, re-uploading the parts of the interview?
Disgusting.
What'd he do?
The nastiest performance I've ever seen.
What?
Adam tried to defend himself, but Joe wasn't having any of it.
Please.
What is your job as a content creator? Your job is to make content and get that content out to the people who want to see it.
False.
Joe laid out exactly why it was wrong, and the frustration in his voice was building. One of the guests also had some words for Adam.
Hold yourself
The nastiness is you are trying to capitalize off of somebody else's demise before his family even had an opportunity to.
How am I trying to capitalize on?
Budden had a simple solution, one that would prove Adam's real intentions. Joe called it what it was, no sugarcoating.
That was sinister.
You think it's evil to make people watch more YouTube content?
I think it is. I'm only giving my opinion. I'm not asking y'all's opinion.
Adam squirmed the entire interview. Joe made his point. There's a line between content creation and exploitation. Getting called out for exploiting the dead is heavy, but when you almost get a man killed by posting his hospital location, that's unforgivable. In 2019, Compton rapper Slim 400 was shot 9 times and barely survived. While he was laying in a hospital bed fighting for his life, Adam22 posted a screenshot of their conversation, with the hospital's location visible. Blogs picked it up. People were reposting it everywhere, and Slim's enemies now knew exactly where to find him.
I got a real bone to pick with you, bro.
Oh, what's up?
You didn't put my hospital address on the internet.
I know. I screenshotted the conversation with Bud.
And posted it.
And that is
already got shot.
Slim made it clear how dangerous that was. You could see the emotion in his face.
You want to come back to the hospital?
That didn't happen, did it?
No, it didn't. Thank God. But like, bro, you did that. Do that.
I know. That is up. I'm sorry.
That's out, Adam.
That's really bad.
You could have me killed.
Adam admitted he deleted it eventually, but the damage was already done.
I mean, to be fair, I did delete it as soon as you told me to delete it, but I don't know
this
how
shit
many
was already
hours
on.
it was
This
up.
shit was already on air. You know, people screenshotted that and reposted it, and blogs picked it up.
Slim explained the real-world implications Adam never considered.
But you don't think that the people would probably assume there's only so many hospitals in the area, right?
Hell no.
No? There's a bunch?
St. Francis is a popular hospital.
Okay, you had
They
options.
know.
Adam admitted his ignorance. The gravity of what he did was finally sinking in.
Black don't do that shit.
Yeah, it's a good point. God, man, I'm really
But we can get back on the topic though. I had to just,
Nah,
I had
you're
to
so
just,
right,
you know
though.
what I mean?
It's
I had
like-
to just holler at you about that
Really
shit, bro.
fucked
Because
up on
that was hard.
Slim 400 was later killed in 2021. That conversation hits different, knowing how dangerous street life really is, and how Adam's carelessness could have accelerated that tragedy. Almost getting someone killed is the worst thing imaginable. But when an activist checks you for platforming actual white supremacists without accountability, that cuts even deeper. China Mac has always been about holding people accountable, so when he saw that Adam22 did an interview with white supremacist Richard Spencer without properly addressing his racist history, he wasn't about to let it slide. When Mac finally got his chance to confront Adam, he didn't waste any time.
That you don't take accountability for some of the things you've done, right?
But I think people want me to take accountability for things that I didn't do, or that are not true.
Things, but things that you just aren't mindful, like you're just not being mindful of certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Mac explained exactly what the problem was. The frustration was clear in his voice.
Specifically when it comes to the Richard Spencer conversation. I think
Right.
yeah.
That's what we're talking about. But how about the people that don't care about none of that, but just are just don't appreciate the fact that you didn't have their like, you know, how they think and what you know, where they stand.
Adam tried to say he wished he had grilled Spencer more, but Mac saw right through it.
That it's not that they shouldn't be on the podcast, Adam. Is that they should be at least like the integrity of it should be like, nah, we have to ask them about these things.
Right, but that's what I just said.
Because the people that are watching it are, you know, we have to take that into consideration. You feel me?
Right.
Mac broke down why Adam's language kept missing the point. Every word carried weight.
See, these words, bro, Adam, bro, these words, bro, like appease and making sure, like, oh.
I think you're missing out on the fact that I'm like really making sense here, because it does.
He's
like,
saying the same that you're saying.
If you're
The most damning point was about Adam's viewership. Mac laid it out plain.
especially when you have somebody that said things like that towards black people, Latino people, Asian people, other people, you know what I'm saying? And the things that he said when he's coming on a platform where half of the viewership is black or minorities, that should be addressed.
China Mac didn't raise his voice or make threats. He just laid out the truth in a way that Adam couldn't argue with. Sometimes the most powerful confrontations aren't the loudest ones. They're the ones that force you to look in the mirror.